start off this video, I want to just show you a couple basic finger exercises that will help you get started. And it's basically like your guitar workout that you're going to want to start getting into the habit of doing anytime before you start practicing songs or anything like that, just to help loosen up your fingers. And like if you're training for a race or something like that, you're going to be doing a lot of jogging or a lot of running and practicing to build up your endurance. It's the same thing with guitar. But you have to learn those finger exercises and stretches to help you. This one's called snaking. Some other people have a different name for it. If you watch some interviews on guitarists, you'll see them perform this like before the show, sitting backstage, and they'll be practicing the same thing just a bunch of times, just to kind of get their fingers worked up, and like it's eventually be good to like work it into a tempo. Like every time you hear your tempo, you just kind of work your way through. So you're going to start on the top fret and work all the way down to your high E, and you're basically going to go forward and backwards and just finger on each one. And this helps calibrate your brain with your hand and your strumming all together. So you just go. And then you're just going to work your way all the way up to the 12th fret and then back down. And that's a good basic workout just to start off with. And then your next would be what you're going to want to do for stretching those fingers out, so you get the most and maximum stretch out of your fingers. So you're going to start on the 5th fret and just kind of 1, 2, 3. And then just do that maybe like 10 times or so, and that will help with getting your fingers stretched out and more adapted. And I've seen someone else also say where you want to have your finger position. If you notice, like you're going to want to have it at like the edge of your fret here, because that's giving you the most tension for the string to have, so you could have a much more clear and noticeable sound. Whereas if I had it down here, and it's a good thing to start getting a practice of. Also, make sure while you're doing it, especially if you're just a starter, make sure you're doing up and down picking. Get into that habit. This is how all the greats and all the great solo players and everything else, that's their way. You're basically trying to save time with what you're doing. So, like trying to down pick from and then go back up, I'm losing time doing that, where I could go. Some songs may require you just to down strum, like Metallica. They're pretty famous for only down strumming on quite a few songs. So, but it is a really good habit to just get into that. And then next big one is you're going to want to learn your basic chords. The name of them. But basically, you got your basic 3-note chords. But I try to always start everyone up on basically being able to find E through G right here, just within the first 5 frets, just to get you started. And then you'll start noticing that, hey, this A I can also play somewhere over here, just higher up, and how it translates, and it will help get that pattern recognition in your head. So like an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, an F, a G, and then I usually start and I keep the flats and sharps out of it, just to kind of get yourself into that A, B, C, D, E, F, G habit and start hearing it. Like if you notice, I played a B here. So we got an A here and an A here. See how they sound pretty same? Like, except this is just in a lower octave of a chord. But it is the same exact note that you're playing. So you got A, B, C, D, F, G. I think I got it correct. But yeah, that's just using that bottom one. And then let's say I do like a power chord. It's going to be pretty much the same exact thing you'll start seeing. Oh. I was doing that. Oh, I think that crashed. Nope. Did not. All right. But yeah, on your power chords, let's see here. We have a G. So after G, the whole thing restarts again. So you have a G sharp or an A minor. So you have an A here. So this A right here is a lower octave than this A. So same sound. A, B, C, D, E, E, F, and then back to G. And it's the same thing on here, like your second string, just like, you know, the E, A, D, G, B, E while you're tuning. Start on A. A sharp, B, and then take the sharps and minors out. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then right back to A. And that will kind of get you more recognized and everything like that. Like one kind of my own little practice tune I've been doing is kind of using lower and higher octaves to try to generate like kind of a good melody or song. So I got B, and back to A. And then I could do it right here. So it's just a good practice formula to just kind of get you helped and get started. And you could always look up the chords online to get you in a spot, and then just work your way up and down the fretboard till you kind of get the sound. You get a name for the sound in your head, so you can identify it better and more clearly, and that will help open up your entire music possibilities of what you can learn and what you can do. And then same thing with scaling. Like you do a scale, and you could follow the same pattern, A through G, by just moving the scale just up or down, like. See, it's all I'm doing, and it's kind of putting that entire scale into where this one would start would be A, and I'm moving it to a B. And then also with getting into arpeggios, in which are just, you're gonna find your three notes, like right here. It's a good one. You got B, G, E. So E, E, G, E, 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 G, E. I'm just hitting those three notes over and over again. And then let's say I want to change it up a bit, you're going to do like the same thing. This is kind of like where I'm at and still working passively to get better than that, because I had a bunch of bad methods I taught myself over the years, and just kind of, I spent my whole time just teaching myself. And I've learned other things from watching videos and other people that I've finally caught on myself and I'm breaking habits of. So it's good to make sure you're not picking up any bad habits, because they will stick with you and they're very hard to break. But good luck and make some music.